Hi, my name is Lori Nielsen. I'm a registered nurse with the Bryan East Emergency Department in Lincoln, Nebraska. Prior to my work as a nurse, I worked as a paramedic for 5.5 years in Omaha on the rescue squad. So in this time frame, I have encountered many patients that have been either agitated, violent, psychiatric patients, or even those that have been intoxicated and exhibited these similar symptoms, so to speak. So this video is not to scare you, but the video is more to tell you that we as nurses have certain skills and certain things that we can do to help de-escalate a patient before it gets to the point of aggression and violence, or to stop it from getting any farther. So I'm actually going to start out with a little video. It's produced by Sandra Bullock. It's called Miscongeniality. So this is what we do not want to end up having to do.
If all else fails, go to the 4 sensitive areas of the body. But just remember to sing. S-I-N-G. Solar plexus, instep,
I hope you enjoyed that little snip. It is unfortunate, though. It is stated in Releve and Welton in 2008 that 3.7% of the U.S. population have committed at least one crime. That doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're in healthcare, it has a tendency of actually adding up. Because with the high stress situation and everything, a lot of times we end up getting the brunt of that. So as far as decreasing this, I would suggest that we need to listen and redirect more. According to Bierman and Snyder in 2012, communication is a multi-step process. There is a sender, the person delivering the message. There is a message, the actual what is being said, both verbal and nonverbal. There is the receiver who gets this message, and then there's the feedback or the response of this message. As we all know, communication is not always cut and dry, and what one person says does not always equivalent to what the other person perceives or receives as the message. So at Bryan, there are certain things that we do. There are communication classes that are offered, and there's also annual PMAV training, and this stands for Personal Management of the Aggressive and Violent Patient. This is required every year, but we can take it more often if we would like to. So in 2012, Bierman and Snyder stated that in order to decrease stress for these particular, this actually talks about caregivers, but this can be put forward to the patient as well. Things that would be helpful would be to declutter the environment, to decrease the stimulation, decrease the noise, and also allow the patient to express themselves. A lot of times these patients don't realize that they actually do have a voice, and if we actually listen to them, sometimes that alleviates a lot of the stress and a lot of that anger and frustration. In 2016, Thompson Heisterman mentions that one of our many roles as a nurse is an advocate and an educator. Well, in this process, we can help the patient to take deeper breaths and do different things to help de-escalate their situation. There is a 3-step approach to decrease agitation. This is according to Richmond et al. In 2012. And these steps include engaging the patient in good conversation, developing a good rapport with them, and also to help them to de-escalate themselves. We can use certain things like nonverbal cues such as words, deep breathing, and allowing them their space. And then one of my favorite books, Fast Fun Facts for the ER Nurse. This is 2013 by Buettner. She specifically says that most mental health patients value personal space. So give it to them. Why not? Help them out. It'll help us out in the long term as well. Listen to them and also tell them what your expectations are from the beginning so there's no question. I believe that we need to implement the PMAV and the communication techniques as soon as possible. Many of us already have these skills. Some of us just need a little bit more fine-tuning to make that better. Evaluation, Bryan has things called B-saves. They're filled out anytime there's an incident. I would say that if there's a decreased number of B-saves in regards to violent encounters, that it would be a successful program. According to Richmond et al. In 2012, the primary goal is to ensure safety of all parties, de-stress the situation, and as a last resort, use restraints.